bless enemies or miscreants, if any, with kindness, so that they may also change and lead a good life. Now, let's bless Vedadriyam, be blessed by the divine. Let's bless the World Community Service Center, be blessed by the divine. Let's bless the Temple of Consciousness at Alia, be blessed by the divine. Let's bless all the sky centers across the world, be blessed by the divine. Let's bless all the participants and their families, be blessed by the divine. Let us take twofold moral oath. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. Now, expand your mind further to bless the whole world. May rain pour on all parts of the world timely and sufficiently. Food grains may grow abundantly to the satisfaction of all living beings. Leaders of all nations may grow spiritually and do good service to humanity. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May peace prevail within us. May peace prevail around us. May peace prevail around the world. Peace. 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 Gently rub your palms. Spread the energy over the face. Raise your hands above the head in Namaskar position. Take a deep breath, and while exhaling, bring your hands down. Gently open your eyes. Be blessed by the divine. Be blessed by the divine. On behalf of Sky Yoga Online English Meditation Group, I once again invite you all to today's special program. And here we have with us Professor Balchandran, Senior Professor. He will be introducing today's speaker and also be giving about the topic.
Thank you, Professor Bharati. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you on this English group meditation being conducted by Digital Solutions of World Community Service Center. On behalf of all of you, we are very happy to welcome Arulnidhi, Ramya, Muthumanickam. As you all are aware, that on Saturdays, apart from the usual Kayakalpa and meditation, we invite some persons closely associated with Swamiji's principles to share some of their thoughts, experiences, so to motivate all of us. And today we have Ramya Muthumanickam. She is working in British Columbia region of Canada last 15 years. She is working in the public sector for WorkSafe as a program manager. And she's got a lot of experience moving around with people. And the topic she has chosen is Sky Yoga and Social Harmony. Harmony has become a very, very difficult thing nowadays. We find that there's no harmony between individuals, within family members, in office, in societies. Can it be changed at all, or is it just not possible? Maharishi has given deep thoughts about it. And in fact, he says society is an important part in our life. Divinity, self, and society, triangle. There's so much importance to that. So today I would request Ramya ji to share her thoughts on this. Over to you, madam. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
And thank you for the introduction. And it's a great pleasure to join each one of you this morning because it gives an opportunity for us to think and share what we feel and how we live our life based on the principles of our great Guru, Vedaki Maharshi. And I take this opportunity to share my thoughts and also about how we feel our society is also envisioned for the near future along with the eyes of our great Guru. Good morning, everyone, once again. Before we get into what we wanted to talk about, I just wanted to see if we can take a moment to think about the world we live in. So when we say like we are thinking about the world we live in, we are always getting into the political news and also about...
Ma'am, a bit louder, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So when we take a moment to think about the world we live in, we always look out for the news that we see in through the telemedias, and also we also see how the conflict prevails between the countries and people around us and stuff. But do we really know why this conflict exists between the nations, divisions among the communities, arguments between the families, and also often the turmoils that we see within ourselves? So that is where harmony, the word, comes into picture. So today we're going to talk about how this harmony can be taught through us in the words of our Guru. So we often look for a solution of our harmony in places like we find a good leader to drive into the harmony. We look for new laws to drive in this harmony. Or sometimes we always look into international treaties to drive in through others' harmonies. But is it all this that's going to fix the problem? Actually, it is not somebody external going to fix it. It's about each one of us thinking to this harmony and fixing our personal trauma, and then making sure we have a better family and understanding what that give back to the society all needs. So before I start, I just wanted to give it through a small story. So in our Hindu literatures, there has been a story stated like there was a king who was actually very generous and he also wanted to be a good leader. He was actually making sure the entire people in this country is very happy and peaceful and prosperous. So he made sure he divides all his earnings and made everybody happy, and also used to cook a big meal, serving everybody whoever visits his courtyard. So every day, so there will be a huge preparation of food in his courtyard, and he made sure everybody is fulfilled with good, filling his hunger every day. One fine morning, what happened is like there was a eagle in the nearby field that was actually eager to take some food. And finally, it caught a snake and it held the snake's neck so tight, and he flew over the field in which this food preparation was happening. Due to the pain, the snake accidentally dropped a poison, and the poison fell into the food. And that day, all the people were infected, and so many lives were lost. The king was so upset. And then from next day, the same king took so much of care to make sure the food is covered and the food preparation is safe under a roof. And all the precautionary measures were taken by the king. And that day, Yemen and his assistant Chitraguptan were discussing about this issue. And Yemen was like confused who the sin has to be written on top of it. Is it the eagle, or is it the snake, or is it the king, or the people who serve the king? Chitragupta and Eamon were discussing it, and Eamon said, like, let's postpone who carries the sin. And after a few weeks, people from the nearby village wanted to come to this king's courtyard for to fill their hunger because there was so much of drought in the nearby village. And then on their way, they were actually having a pit stop to ask like how to go to the king's courtyard. And when they were near the courtyard, they stopped by a person to ask, like, where are you going? And the two people were like so eager to ask them, like, why do you want to go to the king's courtyard? And the other people said, like, we have drought in our city, we are not able to prepare food, we are hungry, we are so hungry, we wanted to go to the king's courtyard who serves so much of food. And we want to fill in our hunger and also find a way to for future help as well. And the two people who stopped these men said people who eat food in the king's courtyard are dying. The food is poisoned. Do you want to lose your life? Do you want to kill your inside? And they cautioned this group of people, the nearby villages. And
Yes, Ramyaji, can you be a bit more loud, slightly more possible?
sure I am.
Yeah.
The nearby villages were very upset hearing that. So, were you able to follow the story, Aya, or do you want me to repeat it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, continue.
I
Please
just wanted
continue.
to know
Yeah.
whether I want to repeat the story or like.
No, you don't have to repeat. You just go ahead. Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
No, I said you can go ahead. You don't have to repeat it. But from now on, with a bit more sound, it will be fine. Okay.
Anybody
Now it's
who
all right.
further you're not able to follow or hear my story, or can I repeat it again?
Yeah, okay. Please repeat. I think some people have not been able to hear it fully. Yeah. Can you repeat it in short? Yeah.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
So the king has fixed his problem and he has started covering the food and he started serving everyone. But after a few weeks, when the nearby villages are experiencing drought, they walked into the king's courtyard, but they were stopped by two men. And the two men cautioned them, saying, like, whoever is eating here will die. So don't go to king's courtyard. He's a man who gives us poison food. And the people who walked into the courtyard with so much of hunger, they're so disappointed, so they walked back home. And now, Amen called Chitraguptan and said, write the sin of so many people's life, like losing so many people's life and people dying and all the problems in the past, in the name of these two men. Do you think why? Anybody wants to answer here? Uma, can we unmute and answer, Amma?
Yes, anybody?
Actually, your song, that is, we need some more louder. Yet
Oh, can
your
you
voice, your voice.
okay, can you hear me now?
That is a bit more louder. You can speak.
Sure. Uh, can I repeat the story or the story was heard, Amma?
You actually repeated twice, isn't it? It doesn't. No, it's all right. But you can continue with the louder voice, please.
Sure. So anybody wants to know why the sin of so many people's life was written on the two men who stopped the entire courtyard? Okay, so that is, yeah, yes. Ramya?
Murthy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Karunakar. You can Karnakar has raised his hand. Also, Murthy was. Karnakar, you can speak.
Yes, madam. Because they suspected they have maybe done the poison in the food. That's why they have been went back, knowingly that they have been poisoned the food. The stopped persons thought like that.
No idea. Actually, the poisoning of the food was naturally happened because the eagle caught the snake, and the snake accidentally dropped the poison because its throat was so tightly held, and it was nobody's responsibility. So, but so many people died. But the killing of so many people is a crime, right? So making somebody lose life is a crime. So who holds the sin is now the two people who stopped the rest of like the next after few weeks. So many people were trying to enter the king's courtyard for free food because they wanted to satisfy their hunger. But the two men who cautioned the next villagers from stop entering the courtyard, right? They hold the crime. So social responsibility is about, it's not about just serving food. It's about making sure we are not stopping someone from doing their rights to the world, right? So the two men who stopped the nearby villages enjoy the benefit of the king, right? Saying some false ideas like the king is a bad person, he is the one who poisoned the food, and all those were the false words about the king. The king was not the bad person. So bad mouthing caused these two men carry the sin. This bad mouthing is so much that it carries the sin of losing so many lives. So that is how the social responsibility is. It's not just about giving away food, helping others. It's about not harming anyone. So that is where we always say the Irandolukku Panbadu, or the two form oath that we take under Vedatri Maharishi. At any cost, I will not harm anyone. So through words and actions. So the social harmony starts from there. It's not that starts somewhere outside. So the first thing is about when we are following Vedatri Maharishi, it starts from inside. So we do our exercises, we do our meditation, and then we feel we are very good and fixing everything within our family. And the next step is about social responsibility. So social responsibility is not about giving, it's about starting from where we are not harming anyone. So how do we build social responsibility is going to be, it's what we are going to talk today. So we'll just quickly run through the visions of Vedatri Maharishi. So he was a man who started was a child who started from a very poor family. Then he started his own weaving business, and he started when people were looking out for more wages. He divided his own earnings that everybody enjoys the benefit of his business, and he made sure that he's a good businessman at that point. And then when he started exploring about his own self and got a deep understanding about Vedatri Maharishi's like the life concepts, he started making sure he configured everything as a Vedatri principle, and he founded Kundalini Yoga, and he made sure his teachings as an offering, as a simple learning for everyone. So everything started from a man, and then he made sure and he shared the social responsibility to everyone. That's how the privilege of being a great guru is. And so when we say we have social disharmony, we all talk about understanding what the disharmony is all about. So as we said, like when we open up our newses, we see a lot of disharmonies like cultural conflict, economic inequalities, environmental problems, political polarities, and everything. But the baseline for all of this is very simple. So we haven't thought through about what that self-discipline or self-moralization all means to us. So how our thoughts should be refined. Whom do we talk to? Why do we talk all of these informations? Why do we have ego? Why do we egos? Why do we have fear? Why do we have desires? And how we can moralize the sufferings that we go through. And how can we bring in empathy for our own self? And then change those small struggles into challenges and relieve ourselves from self stress and make sure we have a deeper consciousness that recognizes how our unity with all life is we starts with. So that is the reason we all go through a basic foundation program on introspection. And introspection one itself covers most of these topics. And the next thing is about recognizing about our universal unity. So Maharishi identified two fundamental root causes for human conflict. One is about power, and the second thing is about greed. So power, people call it as like ego. So I am the best person. I have the right. I'm right, and I am better than anyone. I need more important than anything. I'm more important. Whatever I have is more important. So that is where we have the disparity of rich becoming richer and poor becoming poorer. Right? So always we have this social disparity keep growing as we do enter into a modern era too. So now we see like so many people in a developed country is always in a developed state. It goes into a much better state. In developing country, underdeveloped countries, we can still see that the growth is in a very struggling phase. They have the better resources, they have everything, but still we are not able to have a cooperating society that helps us grow. So identifying the gap is not about finding the right leader, fixing the leader. Finding our responsibility to fix our neighborhood, fix our own family, fix our own ourselves. So it's about the deep imbalance that we're trying to talk about. It's about resentment, jealousy, and ultimate conflict that we have within our own self. So once we're able to reduce the feelings related to superiority within our own self, we'll be able to understand how we can bring in harmony and bring in the deep practices related to art that affects the economy or the social system itself. And when we talk about realization that I am a part of a society, the first thing that we are expected to do is like, it's not about an energetic vibration that we start like, okay, from today I'm going to put all my money into the society and I'm going to give all away, all whatever I have to the society. It's not just giving away money, it's about building the relationship, finding an core problem, collectively being conscious like what my daily routine is and fixing it from there, not opening out, okay, from tomorrow I'm going to build one big uh, center where they can have free food. That is not social responsibility. Social responsibility is about shifting the perspective of I'm also a part of the society and what are my daily needs are, how I can contribute on a daily basis to the society. So imagine we are having a big lake, okay? And if someone is throwing a small stone on into the river, it will create ripples. But when we are entering into the lake, it becomes murky. So it is about like how we are going to be a part of the or stay within the lake and make sure we are cleaning the lake and also maintain that persistence that our mind is very calm and we're able to make sure we are able to contribute to the cleaning of the lake because everybody is starting to throw a stone in the lake. The lake is getting muddy and dirt. And we are also living in the lake. We have to see what is our part to remove the stone and make it clear. So because tomorrow we cannot bring in a big remover or anything, and we cannot remove every dirt that we have thrown into the lake so far, right? So it has to be done as a slow process. A small step, what we take today, becomes a golden action for tomorrow. So the second thing is about what causes pain, we have to understand. So that is like the physical violence. First, this physical violence. So if anybody is actually very hard, rude, and sarcastic comments and everything, that is where we are going to be more exploitative. So we should say like, okay, what is the emotional impact that it causes on the people around me by using right words and removing all the sarcastic and demeaning words from our life. And then it starts about taking away the rightful property of the freedom. So do we still have the desire of taking over the ancestral property? And this is what I want. I want to build a big house. I want to build in a very luxurious way. So we're just trying to say, like, what is that? Am I impacting on natural resources? Am I stealing a natural resources? Like, so those are the basic principles that we start thinking through it. How are we exploiting natural resources? When I open a tap, I'm using water. So how conscious about when I open a tap and use water? So I have to make sure this is social responsibility. Close the tap on time is like making sure that I have contributed my part to the social well-being, right? Respecting the nature and making sure we're not exploiting the natural resources. So it's not about taking bath. So if people say like, okay, I'm saving water, I'm not going to take bath. So that's not saving the natural resources, or like it's not. It's we have to keep ourselves clean. So we should understand what that integrity and meaning of life, respecting the rights of others is important, because I'm not over consuming, but I'm consuming at the right level. I know what my right level is. Limiting our understanding towards how my consumption is going to affect others. And then working on the tools of thought analysis, because it's more about how we understand our mind, how we control the negative patterns, because each one of us, when we stay like, okay, I have a negative pattern, then that is where we'll be bringing up more leaders who are reducing the cause of self-destruction and bringing that unique technique to understand how they are able to bring in a transformative society, right? So a society without ego, anger, greed starts with our individual human being with an ego, greed, anger, ego, and having more compassion, peace, and love. So that is what we're going to talk about. So this is one of the story that I have read in the books of Vedatri Maharishi. So one of the most powerful stories is that like a particular village experiencing food shortage, families have lost all their livelihood. And when they are given with a big rice bowl where they can take whatever food they wanted and they can live happily, people started exploiting the rice bowl. They started asking for more. They became so lazy. They didn't utilize that rice bowl well. Okay, so our social responsibility is like when something is given to us, it is to ease the life. We cannot rely heavily and start exploiting it. We should know how to understand that extravagance have to be controlled, and we should be able to amount it. So, for example, a big village who's like asking for only food and they're not working on anything, then how we should be, they will become lazy. They will have so much of free time because the food is easily offered to them to the rice bowl. They were not able to contribute more to the society. They started fighting, war lines started existing, and they became socially different, and they started forming groups. So that's what has happened to us too. We had a lot of abundance within our side. We were not able to understand that we are taking this time to understand ourselves. So we started quarreling, bringing more disharmony among us. So we should understand that you have to believe in your life and make effective use of the resources around us. So that's the right story. So some simple steps that we have been emphasizing the way that training is about are really meditation and introspection, conscious communications. So one another thing that I want to share about communication is just like that sin of stopping someone getting the benefits of the king, right? Same way, communication. So when we are not able to use our words more appropriately, when we're talking too much, that is also a sin, because the word, like if two people are talking and we suddenly interrupt and we are taking over the conversation, right? Sharing more information about whatever has happened, we are stopping the universal communication itself. For example, this is the destiny that person A and person B have to talk, and there should be an information passage from person A to person B. But if I'm interrupting and I'm spoiling this entire conversation, then I carry the sin of the universal news exchange between person A and person B. So I should know when to talk and how conscious my words should be, and how I should make sure that my words are used only for good. And listening is also a deep practice that we have, should be a part of our communication, because communication is not only about talking, it's about listening too. We should be able to empathize, listen to people more appropriately. And the third thing is about engaging in regular services. Regular services is about meeting with our Maharishi, like the social responsibility team, like every time, like how we regroup, so that we'll understand the benefits and we will recognize and reward each one of their social services. For example, now today we have almost 20 to 30 people gathered in this grouping, right? So this has been done by Balachandraya and other team members. So this is the social responsibility. But our part is to join here, express our connection here, so that we'll be still connected and make sure we are having the learnings emphasized again and again. The next thing is about building bridges across the differences. So we should make sure we don't aggravate the differences between the culture, religion, and political practices. And the next thing is about supporting the system. So we as a part, we should make sure we are activating a peace. We are activisms for peace and not and recognizing or advocate people without power. So we should make sure we are not anywhere engaging in the place where we are emphasizing monopoly or power. We should be always making sure we are a part of peace. And the next thing is about cultivate gratitude and appreciation. So even if a small deed is done by any person who's on the lower grade, like we are all when we are working, so any person from an entry level is able to do good, we should be able to appreciate them equal to the person who are on a high grade too. So that is what we are making sure we are appreciation is. So equal level of appreciation, making sure everybody is recognized, we have a right level of gratitude is more important. And gratitude on a daily basis. That's why we pray and wish every time when we meditate. And practice of forgiveness. So that is the first step for unblocking our harmony. So it's self-harmony also starts with practice of forgiveness. So so at the end of our meditation, we have a statement, right? Please wish everyone who are not in harmony with us, so that they also have good life, long life, prosperous life. So that is where giving away our hurt. So those are the simple steps that helps us to the or make sure our show our responsibility towards social harmony. So these are the 5 steps that we have towards our personal peace. And before I conclude, I just wanted to take a moment to say social harmony is about not a spectacular sport. It's about a deep personal or an active responsibility. So it's not about we are waiting for the world to change. It's about accepting the profound truth that we are the world. So we have to architect the world. So we have the responsibility to architect this world. So I'm not going to cause pain or steal any kind of benefits of the rest of the world. I will do the right introspection so that I'll be able to bring in the harmony that is required for the world. So I'll be the change. So this is the oath that our Vedatri Maharishi wants us to take. So I just wanted to be one of that communicator for today to make sure that we are imparting that understanding of peaceful mind starts as the first step towards a bigger social responsibility. Thanks, Amma. Anybody has any questions?
Thank you, Professor Ramya, for your excellent speech on the topic Sky Yoga and social harmony. Yes, the twofold culture of our Maharishi works well if only we follow its suit. Yes. Dear friends, dear participants, it's discussion time now. Anybody willing? Kindly raise your hand. We will unmute you. Professor Balchandra. Dear friends, it's discussion time now. It's about social harmony. We are all members. We are all belong to the society. Please come forward. Yes, Professor Balchandran.
Yes, thanks, Ramya ji. Yes, I think the beauty of Maharishi's concepts are that generally we think individuals should become one with the divinity. This is what spirituality is. But Maharishi stands apart. He says that not only you are grateful to divinity, it is because of society that every moment you are living. And understanding that, so he calls this due to society is duty. Due to divinity is duty, a beautiful definition. So, and then you pointed out very nicely that, of course, not harming others, yes, everyone should do, no violence. But at least don't slander other people, don't talk ill of others, don't hurt others mentally. These are things we can all start. Okay, start with that. I will not give pain to others. If possible, we'll help others. That's only if possible, depending on. But this is an absolute must. Thank you very much for a beautiful this thing. I would like others also to share your thoughts. And once again, I thank Ramya ji for this wonderful presentation. Anyone, please feel free to talk about your idea about social harmony. Yes, over to you.
Dear friends, please come forward to give your points. Dear friends, let us all come to meditative state now to bless today's speaker, Ramya. Professor Ramya, be blessed by the divine. Her family be blessed by the divine. Her present and future endeavors be blessed by the divine. Thank you, dear participants. Professor Balchandran, shall I conclude the meeting?
Yes, madam, you can go ahead and conclude.
Amma, can we take a moment to bless you and all the participants?
Yeah, Lakshmi also has Lakshmi Paraniyappan. She has given in the chat box.
Her views.
Yeah, so she has given her views. Thank you, madam, for a great speech with a lot of examples. Yeah, that was nice.
Yes.
Okay, we all will bless Bharati madam for conducting the session, for conducting the meditation, etc. Be blessed by the let us enjoy good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Okay, madam, we can conclude now.
Thank you very much. Actually, I am not well today. I'm running temperature. Yet I wanted to hear Ramya's speech. That's why I participated today. And thank you, Ramya, for your excellent speech. And thank you, Professor Balchandran, for your continued guidance. Thank you, dear participants. And I have got some announcements to be made. We have foundation courses being done twice monthly. That is first starting on 1st and 16th of every month. Also, Kayakalpa course is being conducted on second Sunday of every month. Please do bring in more of your friends and relatives so that they will also enjoy the bliss. Also, apart from this Saturday speech, we have daily meditation. That is morning 6 a.m. and evening 6:30 p.m. sharp, Indian Standard Time. We are having meditation followed by thought for the day. Kindly do participate and enjoy the bliss. Thank you all, dear friends. We'll meet again next Saturday with another speech on Vedadriyam. Till then, I am Bharati. Thanking you all. Thank you.